All right, gang, here's the 55 Porsche I drive. A lot of fun. Today, I'm going to show you the fuel line that goes underneath the dash. It's critically important that you swap this out. This fuel line was swapped out back in 2005, so we got 18 some odd years out of it. Here's the old one. It's hard to see, but the ends are brittle and cracked. And this is just kind of a rat car, that I drive. It's mechanically sound. You can see daylight underneath there, right? That's a gas filter right there. And right there is, God, see if we can find this, man. Can you see that? That is the shutoff. So this is the off position zoo. And off right there, that's on, right? And then the other side is the same thing. So pointing down is the on position. To the left or to the right is the off position. That is a new fuel filter. A guy wanted my 55 one and he sent me that one. That's just how people are, dude. They want that money. They love that money. So I'm driving down the road and I'm noticing this fuel smell. And my leg is just getting a little bit of spray. And I'm thinking, fuck, man, I bet the fuel line's probably had it. So I get home as fast as I can, turn everything off. And I don't know if you can see it. See that right there? That black fuse. That's a 516. And it goes all the way to the other side of that silver bowl that's right in front of us. It's a little bit challenging to get down in there. You got to have a narrow waist, and you got to have some good strength in your forearms because it's basically going to be a one-handed deal. But that goes down to a rigid line, which you can just barely see. And then that rubber hose goes to the back of that thing, that silver fuel filter. So if you're swapping out your fuel lines, real important to swap that one too, whether it's leaking or not. And 25 cents, $1 worth of fuel line will stop you from burning a whole car down, whether it's Volkswagen or Porsche or whatever you got. Critically important. This car has been vapor locking in the summers. So this summer I'm running the 91, 94 fuel, adding a lead additive, and I should be good. But the mechanic shop I use in Utah is a place called Morris Brothers. Really sharp people, highly recommend them. Couldn't say enough good things about them, to be truthful. And they like to use a Pureberg fuel pump, because this car needs an electronic fuel pump because of the light modern ethanol fuels. So if you run the higher octane like 91, 94, there's less ethanol and less vapor lock. But I have to question if this leaking hose also contributed to the car stalling out, vapor locking, because it just didn't. It was losing fuel line pressure because it was spraying. And it's just barely anything. But then I really noticed it today with a really strong smell of fuel. And don't ever ignore that. Don't ever go, I'm going to deal with that later. Just, you know what? Pull over and deal with it now. Or pay somebody to deal with it now for you. And make sure it's done right, because this is how you burn a car down. But anyway, I just thought I'd do that real quick. I know a lot of cars get burned up all the time. I just use that rubber fuel line from AutoZone. So far, so good. That's the best fuel line I know of. And that's my kill switch. Now you know. Now you can rob me. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a fun car. It's got so much work left to it. But it drives down the road. It's registered, insured, all that bullshit. And it's a lot of fun. Right here would have been, I don't know if you can see it, right down here. Right down here would have been some like wood type of flooring. I have it. I saved the rotted stuff just as a pattern. There's another crack right there. So it makes me wonder, was this car red, or is that just primer red from Porsche 100 years ago? But yeah, I don't know what's going on here, man, but it's got some air conditioning, so it's all good. And there it is. There's one of the fuel lines that you want to replace. So back to the knucklehead. We'll catch you on the next YouTube.